Hi, everybody. Jean McDonald here with Transition Tip Tuesday. And my tip today is a phrase that comes from one of my main mentors, who's Craig Valentine. He's an incredible speaker, and he has helped me understand what it what the world would be if I became a professional speaker. So I'm working on that. But one of the phrases that Craig uses all the time is don't get ready, stay ready. And what what that means is don't wait for opportunities to come and then all of a sudden um, get out there and try to put it together, but always have yourself ready to go. One thing that happened to me last year is when I became a radio announcer for KSQM, there were a few opportunities that came up to be an MC, and I didn't feel ready for it. I wanted to do it. I love speaking in front of crowds, and being an MC is just a kick, and I have done it before. But I wasn't ready, and part of it wasn't I didn't have the wardrobe. Part of it was I wasn't confident in doing that. So one of my goals for this year is to have that all in line, to be ready to step in. It doesn't have to be an MC opportunity, but be ready to step in when when opportunity comes up. And that means having speeches ready, having workshops ready. I love doing workshops. Having these ready to go when needed. Now, in terms of transitions, one thing great that my parents did is they always had us ready for when things went crazy in our family, like mostly preparing for their death. And they had us basically ready to step in if something happened to both of them at the same time or one after another. We were, especially myself, because I was the main person in that would be in charge. They trained me basically to be ready to step in if anything happened to them, if any tragedy occurred. And fortunately, it was many years and decades before I was needed to step into those roles. But when they occurred, I was ready for them. And that takes a lot of the stress away from being thrown into a situation and not knowing what to do. Uh, because when that happens, we end up being overwhelmed and more stressed, and we can freeze up instead of taking action. So that's my transition tip for today. Don't get ready, stay ready. Don't get ready, be ready. Whatever, you got the point. Anyway, um, let's see. Next week, we're going to have our caregiver support group, both here in Port Angeles as well as online. And then if you're in the Port Angeles area or Squim area and you're a fairly new caregiver, or if you've been doing caregiving for a while, Lori Alud and I are doing a 6 week Powerful Tools for Caregivers workshop. And this workshop, it'll be live at the Port Angeles Senior Center. And Lori and I both trained in doing this workshop last fall because we both took the workshop earlier in the fall, and the communication tools and the self care tools are incredible in this workshop. So it's something to really consider if you're new at caregiving, or if you want to be ready for caregiving in the future, because unfortunately, most of us are probably going to be in a caregiving role sometime in our life. So, and if we're not going to be in the caregiving role, chances are we're going to be in a care receiving role. And these tools are good for that also. So you can go to carewithoutdespair.com, and that's where I have some information on the workshop, contact me through Facebook, contact me through jeanmcdonald.com. But anyway, get ready. Um, don't get ready, stay ready, be ready. So be out there and have a great day and a great week ahead, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.